Hey, what's going on, folks? How's everybody making out today? Well, I figured I'd do a little something different on this video. I figured I'd flip the camera around and do the old video with the camera facing me. And I think it's going to be beneficial to do it this way. I think I could get my point across a little bit better if I do it this way. But I want to talk about sharpening today. And what I want to talk about is this sits on my desk every day. You guys probably see it in the videos all the time. And it's of this. This is the Spyderco Sharpmaker. Now, we're going to have to try and get through this video relatively quick. Just so we don't drag this video on for 3 hours. So this is the Spyderco Sharpmaker. And this is the way you're going to receive it in this plastic packaging, right like this, all compact, real nice compact deal here, right? Then you're going to pop your lid off, if I can do that. Then you're going to pop your lid, and very simply, you're going to find your rods. Now you're going to find 4 rods in here and a brass guard, 2 brass guards. You can see the holes right there. Those brass guards go in them little holes right there. They go in there to prevent you from cutting yourself. I don't use them. You can do whatever you want. You can stick them in there. It only takes a second to stick them in there. But they hide right here behind that stone. And they stay nestled. See it right here? They stay nestled right down in there, and everything's a nice little tight package, right? Okay. So, you got that there. And you got your other stones on the side right here. Here they are right there. We'll take that. Whoa, that fell. We'll take that off. This isn't very easy. We'll take that off. This is your medium grit. They're going to give you, like I said, you're going to get 4 rods. You're going to get the medium grit, which are these. See these brown ones? Medium grit. You're going to get the fine rods, which is these white ones here. And very importantly, I'm going to touch on something. When you get this kit, it's essential. It's a game changer. You must do this. You have to buy this aftermarket rod, and it's marked there with a red end on it. It's marked so you know which rods you're using. This is the ultra fine rod. If you do not get this ultra fine rod, it's only going to take your sharpening to a certain point. This puts it over the top. This stone here, this rod here, puts it over the top. That's all you need are 3 stones. I don't recommend anything else because you're gonna go on that website and you're gonna find a million different rods you can buy for this system. You don't need all them rods, those diamond rods, and you can get into some of the rods that cut a little bit quicker, and for the your higher up steels, that this stuff like this isn't going to cut. This is just refining your knife. I don't need all that because I'm a traditional knife guy. I normally use 1095 carbon steel. I use softer steels, so I don't have to buy all these high expensive diamond, things that are really going to cut. But if that's what you need for your application, if you're cutting with Magna Cut and stuff like that, then you're going to have to buy the rod that's right for the application, okay? But for now, just start out. Use what they give you. And this is what they give you right here. Here's your medium. You got your medium stones, your medium rod. you got your fine rod, which will work good enough if you can't get the ultra fine. And then this finishes it with the ultra fine, and you'll purchase this online for 14 bucks. That's all you need, right? Simple, right? Then what you do is you start out with your medium. You're going to start out with your medium stone. But before we do that, it's marked right here, a 40 degree edge and a 30 degree edge. It's marked. You probably can't see it. It's marked there, 40 and 30. I use the 40. That's for basic all-around sharpening, 40 degrees. Start out with your medium. Stick your rod in there. Very simple. Now you're ready to start sharpening, right? Now, hold the knife straight, as straight as you can get it on that rod. And what you're going to do is you're simply going to just start going down, back and forth. I do like 30 or 40 times and check it. See how it feels. If it feels like it's doing something, you'll know right away. If it feels like it's getting sharp, then you can feel it. You can feel it. Then you move on. If you're not satisfied with the edge, keep going. Keep going for a little while. Then once you're satisfied with the medium, then you're going to switch over to the fine. But before we do that, we're going to go back to the medium again. And I'm going to show you something I forgot to tell you. See that angle? You have to switch after you do 30 or 40 passes with the stone, with the rod being this way. You got to flip it till it's sideways. Then you do 30 or 40 passes with it that way. So you do 30, 40 passes on the angle, on the edge, right there on the edge, and you do 30, 40 passes on the flat side. See? It's simply just flipping your rods. That's all you do is just flip it. You do 30 on the edge, 30 or 40 on the edge side, and you do 30 and 40 on the flat. See the flat side? And then you got the edge side. So you're 30 and 40 on the edge here, 30 and 40 on the flat. Now you're going to want to move on to your next stone, your next rod. Pop it in there. There you go. You do it on the edge 30 and 40 times, and then you flip it on the side and do it 30, 40 times until you feel sharp, until you feel that keen sharpness. Okay? Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your ultra fine rod. I only bought one. You can buy two to stick it in, just like these rods here, but I only bought one because I put it on the edge here, or you could do the flat side. See? There's your flat side, and there's your edge. And you just simply, I hold it. See the edge? I start out holding it on the edge, and I hold it, and I just start coming across hand holding it like this. Get that angle. And now you're working with the ultra fine. Okay? Now, it may seem difficult, but it's really not. So you're working with the ultra fine. Then you feel your edge of your blade. And now you're really going to see you should be feeling some results now at this point. And look at your edge bevel. Make sure it's nice and, everything's good with it. And then test it. Get yourself a piece of paper and test it. Now, if it's not sharp, no worries. Go back, do it again until it gets to where you want it. And believe me, it will. Now, this knife came to me decently sharp out of the box. It needed work. It needed a little bit of work. So I've been messing with this. I've already used this Spyderco Sharpmaker to see what I could do with this edge and to see how crisp and clean I could get it. And let's try it out. Now, this is a thick piece of paper. I didn't even realize it was one of those. It's pretty thick. It's not a normal size piece, not a normal thickness paper, but just really, really good. Really good results. I want you to really see the results you get off this system. Now, also, if you do not want to, a lot of people don't know this. If you do not want to use it the conventional way, like this, and you go back and forth, right? You can use this as a bench stone. See the back? These grooves here? Stick your rods. Now, it becomes a bench stone. You could keep this on your table and you can use it as a bench stone. You just place this on your table and use it how you would as a bench stone. That's exactly what that's for. You can use this for a bench stone. Okay? So if you're so inclined, you're so used to using your bench stones and your bench stones, well then here you go. If you don't want to use it with it this way, then you could do it freehand. You can do it freehand on the back end of it, and it becomes a straight up bench stone. All you got to do is use it how you would your bench stone. You come across it. I can't get this in, it's difficult to show you what I'm talking about, but you come across it how you would do your sharpening. Flip it, go the other way, flip it, just like you're working with your bench stone, okay? But also, on the end there, you got a hole there on the end. You could stick this on the end there, and you could do all kind of sharpening with your, you could sharpen scissors, You could sharpen, basically scissors. That's what you could do with that in there, okay? But in the beginning, I would just check the video out. Just look over the video quickly. It's a quick video, and it'll just refresh you and keep you. But this is what I got off this. Look at that edge bevel. I even got it to I even put a shiny edge on it. Look at that. Now, I took a little bit more time. You take as much time as you need. You know what I mean? What you want. You put in with this whole system here, you're only going to get out of this system what you put in. You know what I mean? If you just walk over to this system and go like this 2-3 times, well, your results are going to be that not very good. You got to take the time. You got to make sure when you're going down the rods, you're straight up and down. Make sure you're straight up and down and your angle isn't going off. You have to that's crucial. You're straight up and down when you're swiping. Okay? And it's crucial you buy the ultra fine rod. That's one rod you need to buy that's aftermarket. And then after all that's all said and done, at the very, very end of all that, take out your leather strap and strap it, and you will be golden. Now, after I said all this whole video, it doesn't take long to do what I explained to you. It seems like it's a big, long process. It's not a very long process. You could get it done quick. Once you get used to how to use, once you get used to your positioning of the knife in your hand, you could go real quick, and you could get that thing moving. You could get that thing going quick. And then you just move on, pop that out, move on to the next rod, and you're rocking and rolling, right? I mean, pop it in there, boom, move on to the next rod, and then you go, here's your ultra fine rod, which they indicate right there with the red dot on the back, and then you freehand that. I freehand it. You could buy 2 rods and stick it in there. If I could stick it in there, hold on. Oh man, this thing's fussing. You can buy 2 rods and stick it in there. It doesn't matter. See? You could buy the other rod. But if you know how to freehand sharpen, you only need one rod. Just to go find your angle on your rod and just keep going across it. Just like flip it back and forth. Flip it, and you could just sit there and hold it. Doesn't take very long with the ultra fine rod. That's just your finishing touch right there. That's just your hidden little secret, is this right here. This is your secret, your ultra fine rod. That is your secret. If you do not have this ultra fine rod, you're only going to get half the results. You're only going to get half the results. But like I said, this is cheaper steel. I didn't have to, I really didn't have to go as far as I did with it. It was going to sharpen up anyway, regardless. But I just wanted to really, I really wanted to tune it up. And it just goes through paper now. I mean, real silent, real quiet. I mean, this thing is very, very, very sharp. And I achieved those results with this Spyderco Sharpmaker. You can do it either way you want. But like I said, you can play around and learn. If you're not real familiar with bench stones and you don't feel comfortable, well, there you go. There's your bench stone right there. There it is. You use this exactly how you would use your bench stone. You can buy all the rods for it. Doesn't matter. So that's it. But this cheap knife, when I got it, it wasn't really cutting through I mean, it was cutting paper, don't get me wrong. It was going through the paper, but it wasn't going through the paper like this. I mean, butter. This thing is screaming sharp, screaming sharp. That's it. Just figured I'd show that to you. And that's the name of the game. Getting it done quick nowadays is getting it done, the way it goes. People don't want to spend a lot of time sharpening. Although I get it, some people that's their true hobby. Sharpening, that's what they enjoy. They could sit there and sharpen for hours and go through stones and stuff like that. They can do that. People love that. I'm not into it like that. I used to fool around with it. I got a bunch of bench stones, man. I got more than I could count. But this nowadays does it for me. The good old Spyderco Sharpmaker. I think it's 60 or 65 bucks, something like that. Give or take a few bucks. But that's it. That's the end of it. I'm just thinking if I could, if I'm leaving anything out. Your most important thing to do is when you buy this system is get the ultra fine rod. Okay? That's what you need. You need that for the kit to finish it off. Ultra fine rod. And you'll notice the difference once you use this. If you use this ultra fine rod, you're going to see some differences. You're going to see some major differences. It's very important. Don't skip the ultra fine rod. That's it. Got to get something to drink. You guys be good, be well, be safe. Sorry the video took that long, but that's just sometimes what it takes. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay well.